All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Let me make sure my audio is good. Welcome back. There you go. The audio is good. Welcome back. This is Ola coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. Welcome back, welcome back. Shout out to you, Bhagavad. Yes, you are early today. Welcome, D-Love. Shout out to you. Hey, Susan. Good to see you all. Yes, yes, yes. We have another epic episode today. Oh, all right. We're back at it, right? Today we're talking about Dante Bowe? Dante Bowe? I think so. I'm not sure. Bowie, I think it's Bowie. Versus Maverick City. He used to be one of the members of Maverick City, a gospel singing group up till some hours into the past. So today we're talking about is Gospel Ready to Rapture. Today is Prestige Hour number 21. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Yes, we're going to talk about this, but we also have some catch up to do. We're going to talk about John Lyon. We're going to do a catch up on John Lyon. We're also John Lyon the kidnapper. Yes, we're going to do a catch up on that. We're going to talk about not just Dante Bowe. We're going to talk about the gospel world of singers, pastors. We're going to talk about we're going to continue talking about Apostle Johnson Suleiman. We have some other things to analyze today. Okay. I'm also going to pull Lao Lugbenjo to the stage. It's not what you think. It's not what you think. Okay. For those of you that don't know who Lao Lugbenjo is, you will get to know him today. Okay. We're going to receive from Pastor Kumuyi today. We got to talk about Pastor Kumuyi today. And then we're going to talk about Kirk Franklin and a few other gospel artists that have been controversial up to date. We're going to talk about that. What does this have to do with relationships? Everything. Everything. Even if it does it, we'll pull it. We'll pull on. All right. So yes, welcome back. Welcome back. Do me a favor. Hit that like button, share and subscribe. Hit that like button and share and subscribe. Especially hit that like button to let the algorithms know that we're hanging out here and we about to receive again as usual. Welcome back. Without any further ado, let's get started. All right, so let's just go ahead and play the sponsor video and then we can get started with today's session. Give me about 60 seconds and I'll be right back. All right, welcome back. So what do you say? Bagavad says nice shirt. What does it say? That what? I think it says that daughter. So this was the shirt that I wore on my daughter's. I think it was first or second birthday. She's gonna be 4 now. Yes, that's what I wore that day. So it's one of my favorite shirts. Thank you. Welcome back, D'Souza. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So like I said, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe. Let's get into today's conversation. We've got a couple of things to cover. Okay. The gentleman you're looking at on the screen, that's DANTE BOWE. By the way, pardon me, I'm not sure if that's the right pronunciation. He was up to less than 24 hours ago. He was one of the members of Maverick City. Maverick City is a group, gospel singing group, and I think they actually got nominated, if not actually win the Grammys in the past 1 year. So they have been popular in the gospel world. Now, for me personally, I do play the keyboard. I am, I do listen to a lot of gospel music, but these days I listen more to Niger gospel contemporary music. So we're talking about the Moses Bliss. We're talking about Judy K. We're talking about, I like some Tumba, like Lao Lugbenjo. We're gonna talk about him a little bit in a little bit here. Of course, I'm a big fan of Samuel Poso. Okay, never mind his boo-boo that he made some few months back on the internet. He didn't intentionally make it, but he did. His response was terrible. Yeah, so I do pay a little bit of attention. Of course, back in the 90s, we grew up with the Hill songs, Ron Kenoly, Don Moon, So I pay a little bit of attention. I am more of an Afrobeat fan. Okay, so this majority of what you probably hear me listen to in my music is some of the new guys. I don't know what they look like, but I know their face. No, I don't know their face, but I know their names, like the Omalays, like the Fireboy, ML, of course the Olamides, of course So those are some of the things I listen to. So to be honest with you, I don't really know those guys' their songs, but I know they were popular, and I saw maybe I know that one song that they did with Kirk Franklin. I'm not sure if they performed it together alone or if they actually did a studio recording of it. But I did notice that there were quite a few performances with Kirk Franklin with these guys in the past 5 to 6 months. So what is going on with them? What is going on with him? We're going to talk about that. But before maybe we should actually talk about that first. Let's talk about that first, right? And then I have some other things to get to. Okay, let's do this. Let's do the update first. Okay, let's do the update first. There's an update from what you may call it, from John Lyon, the kidnapper, right? So let me go ahead and play that first. And let's see here. Let's turn down the music a little bit. All right.
My name is Emmanuel Sangasi.
So before I play this video, I'm trying to make sure that we're doing the right thing. We use all of these videos within the fair use guidelines. Okay. So with that being said, let me just go ahead and put this on the screen, and then we can get to it. Okay. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Okay. Oh, there's one more thing you have to do right now, really quickly while we're waiting, right? Do me a favor. Let's see here. Where is this thing? Do me a favor. Grab the link to the video. Okay. Grab the link to the video and send a quick email to 3 people or a text message. Text message will work, right? As long as you're not leaving your phone. Don't leave your phone, okay? Because you're probably watching me on your phone right now. But anyway, I wanted to show this really quickly. We use this within the fair use guidelines, okay? So all the videos we will react today, all of that were used within the fair use guidelines. So Just wanted to put that out there really quickly before we continue. So let's get going.
My name is Emmanuel South Angase. My name is Emmanuel South Angase. I am not the owner of the camp. Kidnapping. Yes, sir. What happened was I can't really get the actual date. I can't get it correctly. But sometime, I think last year, we did a kidnapping. Though I was not the head. I was not the one that even brought the job. But I happened to...
So really quickly, let's get this straight. There is the person who did the kidnapping. There is the person who brought the job. And there is the owner of the camp. Okay, so what is that? 3 positions, 3 job descriptions, right? The person who bring the job, the person who did the kidnapping, and the owner of the camp. Jesus Christ, this is terrible. Let's keep going.
To be the driver. Then this year we did a kidnapping job again. For that one, the victim, the one of last year is Akim, and then Danzuma. These are the 2 victims. That I don't know. Yes, sir. What I was told is...
So they kidnapped a Danjuma and an Akim. These are bankers in Nigeria. Okay, these are bankers in Nigeria. They kidnap. I just want you to take note of those details real quick. They kidnapped a Danjuma and an Akim. Those are the allegations. But at this point, they're using their mouth to confess on a video on national television. So it is what it is at this point. I'm not sure if we can still consider allegation unless they go back and claim that they're confessing under duress. I doubt it. Let's keep going.
It's 45 million naira from Danzuma. Then I was told that Akim paid 80 million naira. That's what I was told.
Where do you take them to?
So those are the ransoms. Okay, those are the basically the price of a whole human being in Nigeria. Sadly, let me rewind that small so you can see. That's the price. 80 million naira. What is 80 million naira in dollars? Let's do that math really quickly. I'll do that math while we're playing it.
Then I was told that Akim paid 80 million naira. That's what I was told.
Where do you take them to when you kidnap them?
It's Sonikiri area.
Sonikiri?
Yes. I've said that.
It's about $185,000. $185,000 is the price. $185,472 official forex. Isn't that sad? A whole human being is only worth $185,000. This is a banker, okay? It's a banker. I'm not sure. Do you think the the boss banker, the old head of a bank in Nigeria, did they make that much in a year? I don't think so. Maybe a quarter of that, right? Let's keep going.
45 million for who?
From Danzuma.
Then the Akim.
So it's even worse for Danjuma. Danjuma is only worth 45 million naira. So we're talking about less than $100,000. Okay. The other gentleman is also a banker, the head of a bank or something like that. Okay. So just think about it. Like, this is the human life. How much value is human life in these types of society? That's really the key thing there, right? When we don't do better at picking the right leaders, at raising leaders, because you can't pick leaders from lack of leaders, right? Raising leaders. So how you raise kids, we're going to talk a little bit about parenting today. Okay? It comes back down to parenting and education, right? How much do we value education and human life?
Akim, 80 million. Yes, that's what I was told.
That's the man himself, John Lyon. That's the guy that blew this whole thing up in the last 2 days. Okay, that's John Lyon right there. Let's listen to him. Let's see what he has to say. Maybe it's not what we think, right? Let's keep going.
John what?
John Ewa, John Lyons.
Where are you from?
I'm from Cross River State, sir, precisely.
Which community?
Sorry, I have something on my throat.
He was stammering. He said he had something in his throat. No, you were stammering. I don't think this guy really expected that he would get caught so early. It looks like he got caught way too early. To me, it looks like a guy who is not really yet into the operations as much. I could be wrong, but if you look at the way the other guy just spoke, there's quite a bit of difference here. Okay, it's quite a bit of difference here. We're struggle streaming today. Pardon me. I think we should be fine. All right, yeah, we should be good now. We're struggle streaming today, but let's keep going.
From Boki local government. Yes, sir. So I was actually involved in this thing. I was actually involved in the kidnapping that of Akim and Danjuma. I was not.
Okay, he was involved. He just confessed to being involved in the kidnapping of Akim and Danjuma, right?
Aware of the initial that I was not aware that it's kidnapping. I was told is they have a business together that I should just tell them where he's staying. Yes, sir.
So what he's claiming right now is that he was not aware that it was going to be a kidnapping operation. Okay, he said he wasn't aware. He's involved somehow, some way, but he wasn't aware that it was going to be something of that nature. Remember when I first covered this about 2 days ago? I said, anyone can find themselves in this kind of mess. All you have to do is be open to collecting any type of dash me type of money. That's all you have to be, right? All you have to be is nonchalant about the source of the income coming into your household, right? That's all you have to be. Unless you're running a business and people outrightly come to your doors to spend cash or spend money or write you a check, or then they can say, hey, that's just a place of business. But as a personal person, even including cash apps, including Zelle, right? If somebody deposits money into your account on a personal level, you want to start being careful now. Okay? It's not as simple as, these are kidnappers. You're right. They're kidnappers. They belong in jail. It's a criminal. All right? But if you're paying closer attention, we're talking about transferring of anyhow money, dash money here and there. And at least from what he's saying, his confession, you can see that. But let's keep going.
So you are the one who tell them where he's staying?
Yes, sir.
You know him before?
I was working there, sir.
Where?
In Stanley Bank, sir.
As what?
As a staff, sir. I'm a cleaner.
Get this straight. He was a cleaner at the bank. This guy was a cleaner at the bank. And what did he do? The first time he got access to some cash, he went on the internet and started doing like this. Money. Work, hustle hard. We have patterns as human beings. There's certain behavior that you can just see, right? And you just know that this person stole this money. This money came way too easy for this person, and they're having a hard time appreciating that source of income, or we can't call it source of appreciating that money, okay? Or appreciating actual hard work. Then also, this is an example of how far somebody's mouth can be completely far from the reality of their heart. This guy knew that he did not work for this money, but yet is running his mouth, talking about hard work hard, hustle. There are many of them on the internet. Okay? They don't really have anything of value to say except the normal cliche, motivational quotes, even, yes, the scriptures, they will quote scriptures, but there's really, really no substance in anything they have to say. But let me tell you this, okay? If you're also empty as a person, if you don't work on yourself, you will believe this type of stuff. It could come through a pastor, it could come through a complete outright criminal, right? You're not able to discern and listen deeper. Does this person have any substance they're offering, or is just fluff, right? Let's keep going.
I left there for years. Since 2003, I resigned. I was doing my work.
So, how much people? Okay, no, talk.
Okay, many people are curious about the fact that you are seeing in so many viral videos and pictures praying to God. What was going on in your mind while you were praying in church?
Sir,
Ask the question, your mind. Hello, many people are curious because you were seen in many videos and many pictures on social media, in church and all that. So how come you didn't have a conscience, or what was going through your mind while you were praising God and you were still in that kind of business?
sorry to say, I'm not that kind of a person. I'm not into that.
He said he's not that kind of person. Voila. What kind of person? Of what? Of flaunting money? Well, let's rewind small for 2 days. Let's rewind to 2 days ago. You remember he said, he said it somehow. He said basically it's better to enjoy quietly, something like that. But yet it was flashing money. The gross levels of contradiction, right? Lori Raw. Lori Raw. Oh Lord. Anyway.
Business. I have a young work that I do. I learn interior that I do. So I was just involved in this matter that I didn't even know how to start explaining. I was not even the money given to me was not even like it was like pay at that show. So I was not even involved on it like fully. So it's not part of me. Everybody knows me. I mean, I do my work interior where everybody know the work I do.
No, but we are involved in.
Sir? Yes, sir.
So how many of you believe that he actually does this work like he claims right now? How many of you believe that this guy actually is a hard worker? He has a business going on right now. How many of you believe him? That maybe it's just a one-time thing. Remember he said he only did only 2 people. Oh, nice, making sense. Only 2 people, Danjuma and Akeem. Right? Maybe it's just that too. All he did was pointed to their house. To their houses, right? That's all he did. He just pointed like that's this house right there, and he had no idea. How do you randomly point to people? Let's do this math properly. Right? These people, you don't know their full lives. I understand you can have friends that you don't know completely how they make money. That's possible, right? To an extent, okay, to an extent. But if you're close enough, you will start to see some patterns because human beings, we have patterns. You can tell unless you're lying to yourself. If they're close enough, you can tell. Okay? So you don't really know those people enough to know what they do for a living. They told you. This is what he said. They told me they have business together. What type of business do you have together? You don't know what type of business they do. Right? But you're just going to randomly point to their house. If they have business together, how come they don't already know these people's house? Why would you point to their house? Just a question though, because I'm trying to believe him, but I'm having a hard time believing him. Right? All right. Let's keep going.
Yes, sir. So I was told.
Now laundromat business. Weary.
Secondly, in many of the videos,
So what should I talk again? So I was told it was 40 million. So it was 30 million. They gave me 1.5 million. That is just like that. And my mom was actually healed in the hospital to my mom was healed in the hospital. So
Wait, what's the connection between the mom was healed? The mom was healed. He said his mom, I guess, okay. His mom was ill in the hospital. What's the connection? Was that Dash supposed to help take care of his mom? Or then he forgot and then he went on the internet and tried to be the next biggest hush puppy? Right? He's trying to link up some lies here right now. Let's see how this goes. Let's see how this goes. Bagaba says comedian. I know, right? He's a jokester at this point. But again, I'm trying to believe, but I'm having a hard time.
The dollars they saw you.
was not mine. Was not mine. It was.
John!
Sorry. Dollar was not mine.
Who gave you the dollar?
It was it was the leaders. It was their money.
The leader? Who gave you the dollar?
It was it was a man dollar, sir.
So Iman is the leader.
Ima Dollar is the leader. Ima Dollar was the first guy who spoke. He's going to speak again in a second. He's saying he's the leader, right? But if you notice, he was pausing small. He wasn't like he wasn't. It was look. He was thinking about the right answer. Who gave you the dollars? Who gave you? See, the truth is that the authorities already know who sent him money, right? They know what account at least that money came from, right? But why did they do this kind of parade, right? I guess to teach people a lesson, right? I don't think they do this kind of parade in the United States where they parade criminals. I don't think they do so. I think they may have, depends on what kind of case it is, they do press conference sometimes, right? But for criminals, I'm not sure if I've seen anything like that. But anyway, let's keep going.
Okay, secondly.
In one of the videos, you said you only took part in only 2 kidnappings. Why are you saying you are not part of it now?
I'm not part of it. I was just misled that I should just show them where this person is. I was not involved in it.
The sharing of the ransom they gave you.
They gave me.
Oh, so you share somebody. Okay, wait. Let's slow down. You pointed to someone's house and the reward for doing so. Don't let me bring the gospel people into this. Let me just leave them alone for a second because we'll come back to them. But is this the general culture in Nigeria? You could just pray small. All you have to do is pray and fast for a couple of days. And money can just show up just by pointing to somebody's house. Just say, hey, where is Ima and Akim and Danjuma's house? Oh, over there. And the next thing, $1,500 shows up in your account, US dollars. The next thing, there's 1.5 million naira in your account. Is this how it works? Is that the culture that we're teaching people in that society? Now, how are we teaching people this type of behavior in society? We know about social media, right? What else is teaching people this type of behavior in that society? Well, we know about hunger. We know about politics. We know what else? Oil and gas. Estate management. These are all beautiful industries, by the way, but we know that a lot of them, not majority, a lot of them use this type of businesses as laundromats. Like him right now, let's be honest, right? Like Bhagavat said here, I believe you might have a business built from the proceeds of the kidnapping. I doubt it. They don't build businesses from this kind of stuff. It's very rarely do you see somebody even the mobs, like the greatest of them all, like even the Italian mob, they typically don't build real businesses from their criminal behavior, okay? Because it gets sweet, and there's no money. They train themselves to get such fast money that it's impossible to be that patient for an actual business, right? So anyway, let's keep going.
As a dash, like just take this money. That do not do anything. Just take the money. That it was 1.5 million.
Don't do anything. Just take the money. 1.5 million naira. Only. How much is 1.5 million naira? Let me do the conversion. Right? Don't take the money. It's $3,400. That's a lot of money in Nigerian society. That's a lot of money. Even here, don't do anything. You just sleep. And then the next thing under your pillow, in your account is $3,500. Is that how this works? Right? Big cap, right?
$1,000 was given to you by who?
By a master.
When you changed it, was it how much?
The $10 was.
When you changed it, how much?
My own money was 1.5 inside. So the
When
remaining
you
money.
changed the $10,000 given to you by a man.
It was 7.5 million.
Okay, secondly, many of your videos.
So he got another $10,000, 1.5 million naira, and $10,000. So not. What am I talking about? Okay, let's do our math properly. He got $10,000. That turned to about 7 million. Does that make sense? Is that 7 million? I don't think so. Let me see. Oh my God. $10,000 to naira. Let's see that. It's 4 million naira. So anyway, maybe at the time I don't, but I don't think so. Not in the last 1 to 2 years anyway. But anyway, he's just right now. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Bottom line is he collected $10,000 US dollars and then another 1.5 million naira, right? But to this guy, remember I said earlier, the human life is worth only 80 million naira, 80 million naira, or 45 million naira for the second person. But let's reverse that. The human life to this guy, John Lyon, is worth only, okay, it's worth only 1.5 million naira. Think about that. To him, like he's literally willing to put another human being's life at stake for 1.5 million naira. Think about how sad that is, or $10,000, right? Just think about, he did it twice. Who's to say he's not going to do it the third time and fourth time and fifth time and build a whole camp out of it, right? Anyway, let's keep going.
Belong to a political party and lavishing money. Which political party do you belong to?
I'm not a politician.
Why did you parade yourself as Lion? Because that is setting a confusion as if you
No.
are related to him.
That's
Why
my
did
name.
you choose that name?
That is my name.
Lion.
Yes, sir.
Lion is your name.
Yes, sir.
From your again.
Yes, sir. My name is Lion. It's Ekpa. It means lion. Ekpa means lion.
From your
Oh, a pie. Lion, a pie. Oh, a pie. From Cross River. Okay. Yeah, ridiculous. But anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep going here.
calculation, how much is the total?
I was gonna say the APC thing. You know, they found that he's a member of the APC political party, right? They found out on his on the social media profile. Anyone can claim to be a part of any party, right? Anyone can claim that, right? So that doesn't carry anyway. It doesn't matter. You know, we already know that the political parties in Nigeria harbor criminals. It's a fact at this point, okay? So but that's neither here nor there. Let's just keep going regardless.
All of proceeds you have made from this from kidnapping.
Sir,
From your involvement.
sir, I've not gotten anything. I'm not in the business, sir.
Before Danjuma's kidnap, you approached Danjuma that you want to open an account for your children.
I do not approach Danjuma, sir. I went there to open an account for my son. I just went to the bank.
Wait. Did you get that? Before the kidnap, he actually approached the guy that he wanted to, one of the guys that was kidnapped, Danjuma, my dad. He wanted to open an account for his children. Remember I said that 2 days ago? We didn't get the details yet. I said, make sure that you have multiple branches that you go to. Don't create a pattern. You're going to have patterns anyway, but avoid perpetuating your patterns. Don't go to the same bank multiple times, okay? But this guy actually had been fired from the bank. He had been sacked from that bank already. But he approached, apparently, somebody just mentioned something about he approached the banker that he claimed he just wanted to open an account for his child. Okay. Something is still not lining up, but let's keep going.
After I keep kidnap.
It was 1.5. It was 3.5 million.
That's Ramson was 100 million, but they are saying 80 million. Then how much was given to you on Akip's own?
It was 3.5 million, sir.
You said it was 4 million and they took it.
Yes, the one I'm. It was 3.5. I was they gave me 4. It was 4 million. They gave me. It was 4 million. They now take 500. They gave me 3.5.
Who gave you?
It was a man, sir.
Emma. Point the man here. If the man is here, I point it.
It's the one, sir.
So he pointed at the guy next to him, saying he's the one that gave him money. He's the Imadola, right? So Imadola is just walking around giving dollars. Exactly, right? Really. Anyway.
Okay, you have confessed to playing the role of showing the house of Danjuma. What role did you play in Akim's kidnapping?
I did not play any role. I was
just gave you 3 million.
like I was.
No, who showed them the house of Akim? No, hold on. Let me answer
The one, sir.
What role did you play in Akim's kidnapping?
I didn't play any role. We were just driving. I show this is my boss house. It's my former boss.
Oh, we're just driving. This is my former boss house, so we're just driving with random nobodies that are not your close friends. All right, now we have to believe that. Susan says it's unlawful. He has a right not to incriminate himself. That's true, but I'm not sure if it's unlawful in Nigeria. They wouldn't be doing it over and over. So I guess the laws is obviously subjective. It depends on if that's the laws in Nigeria. Yeah. But I guess you're saying here in America, right? Is that what you're saying? It's unlawful to just parade people without, to push them through the court of public opinion before they actually have their day in court, right? Yeah, because I don't really see that around here. Let's keep going.
House. That was it.
And you showed Akim's house.
Yes, sir.
You showed them Akim's house.
Yes, sir.
Didn't you know that your friends were kidnappers before you showed Akim's house to them?
No, sir. I was not aware, sir.
Money.
No, he said.
Why did they say they were giving you?
He said they have business together. They have business. Yes, sir.
Why did they give you
Not
that
even 3
money?
million. 4 million. 500. That's 3.5.
3.5 million. They didn't tell you why they are giving you that money.
No, sir.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Who is the leader?
I am not the leader. The leader of the kidnapping is
That's
Bale.
Imadola.
Who is Bale?
I that's what I know about him.
Oh, he knows the leader, but all he knows about the leader is his name. Well, in this kind of syndicate, it's better. Okay? No, not better. It's possible, right? In this kind of crime networks, it's possible that you know the leader and don't have any relationship with them, right? Especially with the way we know this thing is going crazy in Nigeria, this whole kidnapping thing, right? But anyway, let's keep going.
Where is he from?
He's from Uluwase.
Where is he now?
If Bali,
I don't know where he is.
Why is it that you are the one distributing the ransom?
He's lying. That's his lie. He's lying. I did not give him money. No, it wasn't me that gave him money.
Who is lying?
The man behind me is lying.
So he's aware of your operation.
Yeah, he's lying. I was not the one.
Was he part of the operation?
Say what happened. Say what happened.
Okay. I don't know those people from anywhere. He is the one that worked with them, not me. I don't know anything about them. He was the one that brought the job, Akim's job, and Danjuma's job. And if anyone...
He brought the job of 2 people. What do you believe? Do you believe in Imadola or you believe John Lyon? What do you believe? Now, they are throwing themselves under the bus, right? What do you believe? Do you believe John Lyon or Imadola? Right? Is he lying? Is John Lyon lying through his teeth? We kind of know he's lying. But in particularly with regards to, does he know more than what he's claiming about this kidnapping operation? Or this guy is just trying to implicate an innocent person who just collected $3, right? Just an innocent guy on the street who collected $3. He didn't mean to collect it. Oh God. May God protect us all.
can reason. Someone that brought job will have money more than any other person. So why is he lying? Huh?
What did he tell you to do when he brought the job?
He brought the job that they sacked him from work and they have money. So let's kidnap them. That they will pay. heaven knows I knows nothing about those people. He is the one. So that's how it happened. Him lying that I was the leader, I was the one that gave him money. All those ones are big lie. It has happened. Just say the truth on how it happened, then let's see how things will go.
Can you tell us more about?
Let's see how things will go.
I really don't. I've said the one I know about the kidnapping. Yeah, I involved in it, but the leader is Bale, and the ransom I was told that Akim pay is 80. Then the other one is 45. That's what I know. The rifle, the owner of the camp will know where he got the rifle from. That I don't know.
What type of rifle do you use?
Three AK-47. I can't tell.
What about the cars?
How much did you use to buy that Toyota Avalon?
It's not me that bought it. It's my wife. It's my wife's car. She has a business, real estate. So
She bought it back.
yes.
So how were you arrested? How were you arrested?
I was arrested in Port Harcourt.
All right. So as you can see, this guy is lying through his teeth as well. But you know, he might. You guys may have a point. He's probably telling more of the truth because he's actually been arrested for over a month and a half already. Shout out to my brother Fawcett Media for the support. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Check him out. He's a content creator. He's also covering a lot of the ratchet bullshit that's going on in these zones here in America. Thank you, bro. Yeah. So they talk about the Avalon, the Toyota Avalon. He claimed that it's his wife that bought the Avalon, but actually, if you listen longer to the video on Channels TV, you see the police say that it's actually the proceeds from kidnapping that he used to purchase a brand new Toyota Avalon. Listen, they don't even know how to eat with small mouth, right? They have to tell the whole world. Once they steal money, they have to tell the whole world in one shape, form, or the other. It's terrible. It's terrible. But again, like I always tell you, there are patterns. Just pay attention to the patterns. So if you're wondering, should I collect money from people? If you don't know them, don't collect money from them. If you're not sure what they do for a living, it's probably better. If the money is coming from a place just because you point a finger at your boss's house, you're probably about to be a kidnapper. Just pay attention to that. Okay. Oh wow.
When?
I think today makes it a month and 5 days.
How much have you got from this business personally?
I can't really tell. No.
The Toyota Corolla is the one you bought.
No, not me.
How much have you got?
I can't really tell. Like the last job, which is Danjuma, they give me 3.5 million and 1,500 US dollars. That's my share of the money.
Were you involved in the kidnap of Nancy Keme in 2015?
No, that.
Anyway, so that's the updates from John Lyon, the kidnapper. He's still a thief. Ole. He's still a thief. He's a criminal. And he deserved to be left out there forever. Okay? Left out there in the middle of nowhere forever. He needs to be locked up forever. Shout out to Susan. What is this camp? Kidnapping camp now. The owner of the camp, right? Shout out to you, Lady Navoa. Good to see you. Chinye, how you doing now? Lies, you bought the car for your wife. Yep. That's what the police report says at least, right? So, as you can see, now that they got caught, they are now stammering. But this one seems like it's a professional. Well, okay, what do you think is probably more of the boss or the person who is actually much more in the game of kidnapping? Imadola or John Lyon? See, we know that John Lyon is lying. He knows about the operation. We know that part. But do you think it's the boss or Imadola is the boss? Who do you think is the boss? Who do you think is the boss among the two of them, based on what you can see right now? Now, I want to play a video for you from I want to play a video for you. Let me see here. Let me go ahead and I was gonna let's see. Wait, how come I didn't see some of this? Shout out to my brother IXL. I didn't see your. Okay, I may have missed some. Let me just go ahead and pin this to the top. All right, good. Shout out to IXL. Good to see you. Good to see you. For some reason, that didn't look like it came through the StreamYard. Let's see. Oh, it did actually. Salute to you, brother. I missed that. It did. All right, good. Good to see you. And brother Patrick, he said, bring job to Nigeria, right? God will help us. I'm praying. I'm working. God will help us. We have to. You're absolutely correct about that, sir. Ima says, sounds like he done they do the work. Ima, right? Exactly. Yep, that's what I think too. It looks like this dumbass is. That's why he jumped on the internet and started flashing money or debt, right? Well, we also know that Hush Puppy was on the internet flashing money, but Hush Puppy had he had a hell of a network, right? So, but this one looks like he got less than $20,000 and then he started flashing on the internet weary. Anyway, nonetheless, Ojo gbogbo ntole. Ojo kan ni Tony kan. But anyway, I want to play this video from Laolu Benjo. I want you to feel the effect of kidnapping. It's not fun. It's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. But I want you to hear this testimony from Laolu Benjo, who is a gospel artist. We're transitioning into the gospel artist part of the stream right now. Let me play that for you. Let's see quick. Let me see. They're playing music in the back. Did you hear that? The police were saying that wow. That means they're saying wow. That's the response of the police. A whole baby was kidnapped with the car. There are a lot of cases that will never see light in Nigeria. A lot of cases, you have to be somebody or it will attract social media as we're doing our work before they take you too seriously. Sadly, right? Sadly. But anyway, let's keep going. All right, that's my favorite song right now, by the way. But it's not funny. The reason why I play that is that story is not. It's good for testimony. Shout out to him. It's testimony. I am happy for him. Right? That he got his daughter back. But for how long are we going to be depending on testimonies, right? As a society. For security. Think about that for a second. You know, that can happen to anyone, literally. That can happen to anyone. Listen, you live in Yankee, you live overseas, so you don't think it can happen to you. Did you hear that story from just less than 2 months ago, with the guy who went to start a business in the Womo show, right? He left from here. I think he left from Maryland or something like that to go start a business. Like Brother Patrick said, brought jobs to Nigeria. He started a farm. He was kidnapped. And I think they ended him. I think he got deleted. Right? It could be anyone. For how long would that society depend on this type of testimony as a form of security? We know that God is our security. We know this. But we have a responsibility as people to create systems for security for ourselves, right? So as much as I appreciate that testimony from a standpoint of, it's church. Yes, great testimony. God always protects us. But there's also a very sad news in that testimony. It's not cool. It's not funny. It's not funny. This is not just news. So whoever is listening to this, whatever is in your power, right? So continue to educate people and say, this is not normal. It is not normal to depend on testimony for your financial well-being, for jobs, for finishing school in 4 years, finishing a higher institution in 4 years, right? ASU strike is everywhere right now, but people pray their way all the way through, and then they wonder why some of these people end up being kidnappers. Kidnappers are criminals. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the system, the society, the context actually help create this type of human beings, and that's a fact. You know, so I just thought I'll play that video. That's how Lao Lugbenjo got involved in this story today. Now, with that being said, let me go ahead and just tackle that news today that we have today from this guy. There's a lot of stuff going on with the gospel world. There's a lot of stuff going on with the gospel world. You know, and I think some people call it the signs of end times, right? I caught this on distractify.com, this news on distractify.com. Let's get through it. DANTE BOWE's time in Maverick City Music. That's a group. As I mentioned them earlier. They actually were nominated for Grammys in the past 1 year. I'm not sure if they won, right? But you could see them in the past 1 year or so, you know, parading around town, performing with Kirk Franklin, one of the biggest gospel stars that the United States has ever seen, or period, right? He has been put on pause by the collective. Why? Why? By the way, if you know more about the Maverick City Music or I make a mistake, feel free to correct me in the chat. Gospel music collective Maverick City Music created their group in 2019 and has been on the rise ever since. They are very popular. Founded by Tony Brown, they're trending number 2 right now in Nigeria. So clearly Nigerians know about this group as well, because Nigerians, we know they carry last, especially when it comes to gospel. We know they carry last though. Of course, right? Founded by Tony Brown and Jonathan J., the 9-member group now tours worldwide and is touring with Kirk Franklin in 2022 for their Kingdom Tour. I said that, right? Oh yeah, by the way, I'm reading this with you for the first time. I just copy-paste before we started. Maverick City Music also earned their first Grammy. Okay, so they actually won the Grammy for Best Contemporary Christian Music Album for their 2021 project, Old Church Basement. Additionally, the group performed at the Grammys in April 2022. I think I remember that. In September 2022, Maverick City Music gained attention from its fans for something other than their accolades. How? What do you mean? Let's keep going. The collective announced that one of its members, DANTE BOWE, stepped down from playing with them. That's today. That happened today. Or somewhere in the last 24 hours. So what happened to DANTE BOWE? All right. Here we go. Maverick City Music admitted DANTE BOWE's behavior. What do you mean? Affected their decision to let him go. What do you mean? On Monday, okay, so that was yesterday, Maverick City Music took to Instagram to announce Dante, is it Dante or Dante? Anyone. Dante wouldn't continue touring or performing on their stage temporarily. Okay? The statement confirmed that the decision to part with their bandmate was not easy, but they needed to address the update with fans. Okay. Kumalo Dabi, so it won't look like remember New Edition? I remember my wife and I went to a New Edition concert, and then Bobby Brown wasn't on stage. You're like, what the hell? And this was after they had the reunion, and everybody expects to see Bobby Brown, right? So it's kind of weird when one of your group members are not on there, especially if they happen to be the most popular, right? The one that's getting the most attention, the most controversial one, right? Yeah. So they put out a statement. Maverick City Music continued, stating that neither Dante nor any group members' actions or behavior reflect the group's core values, and beliefs. What behavior are we talking about? Why are they beating around the bush? While neither they nor Dante has shared what led to the pause, Maverick City Music wrote that Dante will always be a part of their spiritual family. Dante is a brother in Christ, and as such, they shared he has our full commitment and unwavering support as he continues to navigate his path forward. They still haven't told us what happened. Still are not telling us what happened. Oh Lord. Each of us needs God's grace, and our hope is that we all pray and give him the same opportunity to grow in Christ as we give ourselves. Fans demand answers on what led to Dante Bowie's leaving Maverick City Music. Following Maverick City Music's official statement, the group's social media team turned off the comment for the post. Controversy. Simultaneously, Dante's Instagram account is now private, so anyone who didn't already follow him on the platform won't be able to ask him what happened. But we will know what happened, I promise. Just in about 2 minutes here, okay? The 29-year-old musician also confirmed on Instagram that he was taking a social media break, okay? Dante and Maverick City Music decision not to share the details of their split has made some fans want to know the real behind-the-scenes drama even more. There's nothing hidden under the sun, right? But I understand that you don't want to implicate yourself. Maybe you're taking the time, and I would always advise a statement, a PR statement, right? You don't have to admit to nothing. You don't have to admit ever. Put out a statement, right? Compare this to when the news broke out that Samuel Poso had impregnated somebody in Houston. My guy just came on TV's platform, Obodo want to destroy the news. Like, come on, right? Right. So this guy seems like they have some kind of good management. By the way, the management may just be the owner of the name, Maverick City Music. Maybe that's not really a person. That's just a business entity. Let's keep it moving. Dante and Maverick Music decision. Okay, we read that. On Twitter, many of the group's followers demanded receipts and tea on what really went down before Dante's temporary firing. Expelled. Some users, in the meantime, many users have dished out theories on what led to the exit. They're calling it theory because it's not proven, it's not coming from them, right? And that's fine. But where there's smoke, there's fire. There's probably some truth, right? It doesn't matter. Okay. Some users believe the group parted ways with Dante because of a September 2022 video of him and fellow member Aaron Moses dancing to Bad Bunny while reportedly drinking alcohol. Now, I didn't know this song existed. I didn't know this artist, Bad Bunny. Is it an artist or a song? Apparently, it's a very popular song, secular song. How dare you, a gospel artist, singing and dancing to Bad Bunny? Well, Bad Bunny already sounds secular. I don't have to know the song, right? But now I know it, but I'm still not going to stream it because I'm not interested. Nonetheless, let's continue, right? But not only were they dancing to Bad Bunny, they were drinking. They were reportedly drinking alcohol. Shocker. Niger artists, let me shock you now. American gospel artists no send una like that too. They will drink, they will smoke, they will do what they have to do, and they will show up on stage and even perform better. And yes, it's performance, it's not ministration. Don't get it twisted in your head. Because I know when I just follow anyhow, right? And it will do better. Let's keep going. Other theories suggested that Dante posted a nude photo on his Instagram story, causing Maverick City Music to let him go. Fans have also hinted that Dante is bloop bloop because he supports Lil Nas X, who is bloop bloop. Sadly, being bloop bloop is still controversial in the Christian community. Yes, it is. The person says sadly. Interesting. Is that sad? Christians in the house. Is that a sad thing that is controversial in the Christian that being gay, homosexualism is controversial in the Christian community? To you, is that controversial or just the truth? Is the Bible outrightly against this very human behavior? Yes, it's human behavior, okay? Not every human, but humans have always been practicing this from the beginning of the Bible itself, okay? Regardless of why Dante was let go, some users believe that Maverick City should have practiced what they preach. According to them, the group didn't offer Dante any grace. Well, let me be clear to you. The gospel body, especially the fans, they don't offer grace. They don't. The standard is the standard. They are judgmental. Not only in Nigeria, they're also judgmental here. Okay? If you don't believe me, ask what's his name? This guy's ex-wife. Megan Good. Ask her. Okay? If you don't believe me, they have no mercy whatsoever. Our standard is our standard. You dress a certain way, you move a certain way. No alcohol, no smoking. They just say it. They do it, but they are judgmental with their words, but their lifestyle may be far from it. Okay? How do I know? Because I grew up in church. I'm just letting you know. Yes, I'm generalizing small. But trust me when I tell you, people are people regardless of church or not. According to them, however, others believe Dante should face some repercussions for his alleged behavior. All right, so that's hypocrisy in itself, all by itself. However, others believe Dante should face some repercussions from his alleged behavior. I understand you're supposed to give second chances and be merciful. But at the same time, Dante Bowe is literally choosing to be controversial. Right? As a well-known Christian and gospel singer, why do you want to advertise seeing Lil Nas X? Like even me personally, right? Lil Nas X, I don't know his music, but he's controversial, right? So I don't know if I was much younger, maybe I wouldn't care for his personal lifestyle, because I do listen to secular music and I've always advocated music. You like it. It's as simple as that. Not only that, Niger. I like Smani and Niger. Niger will say no secular music, but all of the tumba played by Luke Bejo and all the most popular artists are literally mimicking all the most popular secular music. Nigerian people do all the dance. Did you see? How did what's her name? The lady that sang Oni Bejo Miro, something like that. That song, Agbeja, like the song that says that Jesus is my advocate, the one that got hated on by Auntie Tokwa, right? That lady, right? I forgot his name. I'm sure you tell me in the chat in a second, right? She went viral. The first video that went viral was her doing cutting leg work like this, right? Is that not secular dance? I'm just saying. I'm just here to point out the reality. That's all, right? So let's keep going. Just hoping Dante Bowe has someone around him who extends God's love and continuously reminds him that he is loved, right? All right, so almost done, okay? But the two things that stand out to me is that as far as his behavior in the public light, I'm going to play a video for you in a second. It seems like it's not aligning with the values of, Pentecostal, I'm saved, born again Christian type of thing, right? It's not aligning with it. And it looks like the members are not okay with that. And that's usually they cover it up. They would cover that up and say, hey, get your shit together, man. What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you, right? We're going to talk about Kirk Franklin and his son in a second, okay? But there's a big hiccup in the gospel world right now, and I'm not sure they're prepared for it. I don't think they've ever been prepared for it. It's the reason why I want to play Kumuyi for you as well. I'm going to play a video by Kumuyi, and then we're going to talk, okay? Public reprimand, humiliation, and shame are not easy and often feel isolating. So I hope he's surrounded by love. That's my prayer. People really like this group and every single one of the members, right? Especially this guy. Dante, a Rockingham, North Carolina native recently celebrated professional milestones before Maverick City Music suspended him for Billboard. So it's a wrap for this gentleman for now. He has to figure his way out, but it's not going to be the first. There's Tonex or Tone. Is that Tone or Tonex? Tone, I think it's pronounced Tone. Who was he sang this song? Lord, make me over. Anyway, no, I'm not singing. Right? That song, right? He came out and said, "Hey, listen, I like receiving it the other way around. It is what it is. I'll deal with it. God bless y'all. God bless y'all." He's been doing fine since then, you know. So, but we know that these things are going to happen in the gospel world. The question is that, are they arrogant? Are they prepared for this kind of stuff happening? Are they prepared for it? I don't think so. I really don't think they are prepared for it. Let me play this video for you really quickly. Let's see. Okay, that's the one I played earlier. Let's play this video. I'm gonna play a video for you. Yes, this one.
Video, one of the members of Maverick City was seen recording themselves listening to Bad Bunny, a secular artist, in a party bus. And what I want to just say is, in a recent video, one of the members.
That's the video right there. I guess they were dancing the party bus. They were drinking. They were dancing to, what is it again? Bad Bunny.
In a recent video, one of the members of Maverick City was seen.
All right, so let me read this first. Since I don't argue with religious people anymore, this is him posting this. Dante Love was his handle, I guess. I don't argue with religious people anymore. It's truly counterproductive. I'm the happiest I've ever been, and my life is fruitful. Love you guys. Mommy Gio. Some of you know who Mommy Gio is. Mommy Gio is a product of over religious people who were not prepared for the direction that the world is moving. Okay, that's a product. They say a little judgmental thing, but they don't know how far some crazies can take it, right? And then they start saying, "Oh no, we don't talk like that." Remember, now we have this man right here. I'm gonna play it for you in a second. We have this man. Let me find it. We have this man right here.
And with her head uncovered, dishonor is ahead. Come with me, deeper life. You know, somebody is coming to our church, and she happens to be a lady. And as we see her entering by that door, she has not covered her head. And so somebody will run there and bring out an extra scarf and give her and say, don't enter yet, cover your head. Well, to start with, we don't know whether she's born again or she's not born again. We don't know whether she even knows anything about prayer or not. We don't know whether she knows anything about prophesying or not. And we say, stay there by the door. We delay her there. You must cover your head. Every woman that prays or prophesies, every woman that prays or prophesies with her head uncovered, dishonors her head. And there are people that will not even allow those ladies to get saved.
That's the point. He has a good point. There are people, because they're very quick to attack that woman by the door, they will not allow that woman to be saved. He has a point, but he's saying that 30 years later. Now, this guy created a doctrine 30 years ago that clearly could not even fit into just 10 years later. How he made up the doctrine, only God knows. I'm not judging him. All these people have limited sight, right? It is what it is. They're human beings. But then some people will take those doctrines and run with it and go take it to the next level of worry for you. Don't judge them. You started it. It's like you're teaching women certain type of things, they'll go to the next level of worry. If you teach them certain level of feminism, that you're just like, hey, equality for... When they take it to the next level of worry and they start to run rhetorics on the internet that they should kill men, don't be that surprised. because you never paid attention to the human psychology when it comes to ideologies and religious behaviors, right? Human beings are obsessive. If they can relate, they take it to the next level for you. They tell that story better than you in a destructive way. It's the same thing when you're teaching men, this woman, this woman, this woman. There's a knuckle coconut head right now in a comment somewhere, right? That will take that rhetorics and we start, just because he got dumped in high school, you start projecting and hating women. We have to be careful with this kind of thing. It's the same behavior. It's the same behavior. But anyway, let me go back to Maverick City music for a second here.
Themselves listening to Bad Bunny, a circular artist, in a party bus. And what I want to just say is, when you listen to circular music, it opens a door for demons to come into your life and to attack you, because they pray over these songs and they do demonic rituals.
That doesn't make any sense. We can't keep saying stuff like that. Secular music equals to demons. Stop.
Stop the cap.
Terrible. Now she's gonna be, this young lady is probably what, 17 or 27 years old, whatever. When she's now 47, 20 years from now, she's gonna be like, oh yeah, but I didn't mean demon like that. After all, I like listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire. Remember? Like, come on. Slow yourself down when you want to talk from your ass. Slow down, right? There are things you can't see. Maybe your perspective on life right now is based off of limited, right? Just limited information, limited insights, limited experience, right? Limited context, limited ability to comprehend just life itself. Secular music could not possibly be from some random demon. It just couldn't be, unless it's outrightly worshiping the devil. Unless it's outrightly, literally expressing violence, right? And there's so many music that people put out like that. You know? Anyway, let's keep going.
Over these songs so that you will be addicted to it. And a Bible verse to help what I'm saying is in Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 5, it says, it is better to heed the rebuke of a wise person than to listen to the song of fools. So if you
Wait. What is the context of that verse? Why is that verse comparing wise to songs of fools? Why? We need to know that it is better to heed the rebuke of a wise person than to listen to song of fools. Yes, that is true. But what is the context? This has nothing to do with secular music. Song of fools is not equivalent to secular music. It's just not. Not only do you not believe that, you will dance to Kiriwa in a second. You will dance to Davido in a second. You will find yourself dancing to it. Oh, I forgot, it's secular music. Is that how that works? The cap is huge. It's oversized.
To listen to the song of fools. So if you have been listening to secular music, you have been warned. And please pray and ask God for repentance and listen to gospel music that will feed your soul. And for Maverick City, I just want to warn everyone in Maverick City that may be listening to secular music to repent and continue to pray and fast so that you will be in the spirit and not conform to the things of this world.
What side am I on with this situation right here? What side am I on? I know you guys want to know what side I'm on. Elizam Park, can you just turn on your camera and wave, and then you can turn it back off? Just wave. Elizam Park, you're in the studio. Just turn on your camera, hit that stop cam. Okay, all right, good. I'll come to you in a second. Thank you. Thank you, sir. All right. So, yeah, it is what it is. My side is this, okay? The gospel world needs to prepare for the world we're going into. It doesn't mean they have to It doesn't mean that they have to let down on their standards, morals, and values, but they really need to be speaking from context, proper context. They need to be speaking to real life issues that people are going through right now. I think Patrick and I were talking about this yesterday. There are real life issues like marriage, relationships, career development, real life issues that you can speak to. That there's actually a lot of word in the scriptures to help people out with this type of issues, right? Alcohol, preaching that people should not drink alcohol just because it's not going to work anymore. You need to attach some kind of value to that. By the way, there are more than enough values that you can spell out why people should not drink alcohol. They can actually die. Their liver can collapse at the age of 42. You can focus on that rather than say, just don't drink just because. You know exactly what they're going to do. They're going to drink the moment they get exposed with a little bit of money. I'm suspecting what happened to Maverick City Music, this guy Dante. He's got hit with a lot of money. He doesn't know what to do with that kind of money. They're probably young kids. But when you don't teach the value and all you do is teach, just don't do it just because, they're going to do exactly that the moment they find themselves exposed to it and then justify it and then tell you you're too religious. The truth is that it's not about being religious. It's about you're drinking alcohol, you're supposed to be representing one value, and then it's about hypocrisy, okay? It's not about the alcohol itself. But of course, we have this young lady talking about demons create secular music. It's problematic. Problematic. Let me bring my brother to the stage really quickly. How are you, sir? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, you're a sir, right? I think that's the man I saw, right?
Yes.
Okay. How are you?
Yes.
How you doing? Thanks for stopping by.
I'm fine. I always listen to your program there. Well, today my network is even good for me to get into the studio. Sometimes it bans me out and it bans me in. So today I think I'm in a better place whereby I can get in. So thanks for the program and everything you're doing. And I listen to you and I always watch at TV also. So
thank you.
Regarding this talk today, I will share one experience with you. There was a time in 2000 yeah. Towards that time, I was in secondary school, like in SS1, going to my SS2. There is a friend of mine, he's from the Niger Delta side. So he traveled home. And when he come back from their place, he came with this that time golf something was raining, this golf car. And when he came back, he bought this car. And he told us that there is something going on in Niger Delta now, that there's a lot of money there, that we can just go there, then we can just go and join them, that they claim the oil money. I was like, oil money? What is the oil money?
Oil and gas.
We should go there. Oil and gas money, that, and they will recruit you, they will make you swear some kind of juju, then you just join them, then you me knowing myself that I don't want to go through that. I want to become a medical doctor. I'm like, I don't want to do that. He said no. So some of my friends, like two of my friends, went with him. So they came back. They also bought their own car from that job, and I was still there looking at them like, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna. But what am I saying today? You're nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
They're nowhere to be found in the system. I keep asking, whenever I go to Nigeria, I keep asking, where is the honor there? Where is there? I don't know where it is. It's gone miss. Some people will tell me, my friend John, it looked like a mad person. I'm like, see, the evil that men do will live after them.
Yes. Yeah.
Many
people disappear in Nigeria like that because they're not accounted for.
At the end of the day, I found out that they went to join the militant, all those militants during that time. That was the time of the militant.
Yeah, Niger Delta, right?
Yeah. And look at the Tokubo, whatever now. He make money out of these boys, and he's living well today. And you people just trade your own precious life for you to wait that you can do something out of it, then you trade it up for that kind of person. Same thing I saw in this same Kumuyi preaching today. Do you know how many people have wasted their life following that doctrine?
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's so many casualties that will never be accounted for.
Yes. But this guy is rich in a better place today. I could remember one of my girlfriend that was a deeper line. He would tell me, if I tell him, he would just dress the way he dressed. The first thing my father said, "You're not going to. I'm not sure this is your friend, though." I was like, "Daddy, what's wrong?" He said, "This one where they dress like Mumuso. Now this one you want to come out." I was like,
Yeah.
But that has hurt somebody. The last time I saw this lady, she was crying like, "Oh, I wish you listened to me. The doctrine those days were like." You know how many people are in that situation today? Now you are not coming out to say they should not cover their hair. When you've put people in a state that they cannot even go back to their past anymore.
Right.
So I would just say to everyone, whatever you want to do, know that you're doing it to hurt your own past. And time does not wait for nobody. When it's done, you will regret it. Don't favor anybody in your life. Make sure the decision you take is the decision that will help you in life.
Yeah. Thank you so much, brother.
Is what is happening in our Nigeria community. Those crazy doctrine, I don't see it in America. We don't see it here in other wealthy country. Why is it in Nigeria?
Yeah, it's Yoruba people will say any lori oni fila, any nifila lori. It's every society has their own problem, but these problems are life and death matter at this point,
But with the way the church is still designed, fat church in the street, Nigeria have the highest hatred. Nigeria has the highest criminal on the street. Nigeria has anything you want to talk about. And we are the one that will go to church every Sunday. Go to Nigeria on Sunday. You won't see anybody on the street.
Every day.
You will see them in church.
Yeah.
But as soon as they come back from that church, you will see them cursing. Anytime I go to Nigeria, when I come back, I'm not myself because I will pick up that character. They will change you immediately.
They will change you. They have that effect on you, right?
They will change immediately. It's either you are driving one day and you just say you are crazy inside your car. You start cursing like them. I say, cool down. You don't enter your 999 they did that one.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. Thank you very much. I appreciate the program.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I didn't get your name. Eliza Mpak?
Eliza Mpak is my wife is Eliza. My name is Mpak.
Okay, Eliza. Okay, Eliza Mpak. Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Feel free to come up anytime. Thank you so much for stopping by.
All right, no problem.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Take care. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was a good one. Thanks for the submission. I'm reading some of your hilarious comments here. Yankee gospel fans judge past Nigeria. Yeah, the fans, absolutely. They judge. Nigeria people can still lighten up and dance, smiling and suffering. We know how to do that. But particularly, I think I was talking about the gospel artists themselves. They don't send. They are just artists. Okay? They don't send you like that. They'll do what they have to do in public, but they don't send you like that. Ask Dietrich. Anybody know who Dietrich is? The guy who sang there's a song called Abu or something like that. But yes, D-Love, thank you for reminding me. She blew up because she was dancing she was doing a leg work. I beg. That was our first viral video that I saw, at least, right? Christians need to lighten up. The judgment against other spiritual paths, homosexuality, and evil music is too much and ungodly. Just let people be, I beg. I think we need to definitely do more of that. Just letting people be. If you have some kind of value to bring to them through your own God, identify the value first. Make sure that this is a gap, a void you can feel in their life. And they will tell you too. And you can fill that void easily with Jesus if that's what you do, right? But just coming off judgmental, there's nothing productive that can come out of it. Nothing. Because they will put their guards up. And don't forget that Matthew 7:7 says you too will be judged with the same measure. Because you're not that perfect. What? You're not perfect, period. Song in this instance does not literally mean music. Oh, thank you. So there's like that verse, right? Songs of fools. I see what you mean, right? Like when you're saying somebody is talking or they're yarning, or it doesn't have to be music, right? But of course, she has to make it fit. Songs, secular music. Wahala. Right? Their young is 29. He's 29. They are young, yes. I could J Bones, shout out to you. Thank you so much for that super chat. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Mario says, if Deeper Life was a US European church, we would have seen documentaries telling you all the cultish practices. That's a fact. Yeah. It's a cult, and many of these people didn't live full lives, which is a shame. Yes, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I was raised in a Pentecostal setting where my parents don't wear a lot of things, but they were like a mild version of Deeper Life. So we were still able to breathe small, right? So imagine, right? Then when I was raised in the early 90s too, Redeemed too, at that time, they were like Deeper Life. They were like a mild version of Deeper Life. And then came the 1994, 1995, and boom. We now have all the Godalos type of Redeem. The social SUs as opposed to the serial SUs, right? It's ridiculous. It's just human beings. Okay? It has nothing to do with God. It's human beings. If you're not talking about love your neighbor as yourself, it's not God. It's a bunch of nonsense. You know? It's a bunch of nonsense. You know? So it's kind of sad. But let's dive in. I think over the next video, I'm going to reserve Apostle Suleiman Johnson, because I have a video here I want to analyze from him. I'm going to reserve that for maybe tomorrow, if there's nothing harder than that, you know. But let's reserve that. In the meanwhile, the children of these ministers of God are the first ones to show them their ass. Excuse my French. And I don't mean any disrespect. I mean that with all due respect. I don't know a better way to say showing them their ass. As in like, two ashiri one sita. As in like, what's the English of that? Jesus Christ. Showing them the true colors of mankind, okay? of the emptiness in their message. Their own children, for the most part, they call them, in fact, they had a saying when I was growing up, they called them the Omo Eli, the children of Eli, right? You know, so if you go into the story of Eli, you'll see what I'm talking about, right? They're the first one to show them. Now, I like Kirk Franklin because he's always shown a little part of him, to me at least, that he's a real person, but he needs to maintain a certain type of image because he's a gospel artist, right? But we also know that he was judged quite a bit. Expose them. Thank you, Esther. Right? He was judged a bit by the gospel community in America. He was judged because he brought the hip hop into gospel music in the early 90s, and he was judged. He was judged. And, sadly, he has a son that's exposing him. And no matter how much we try to cap about this, the truth is that you don't want your child out there being mad. So with that being said, we're going to end on this note. We're going to end on reviewing this video by, his name is Kyrian Franklin, I guess. I think he has another last name that he used, but he's his son. Look at this message right here. Let's look at that message. This is a post from him. He said, "This is why I'm done." This is Kyrian Rashad. Is actually biological son, first son, I think, of Kirk Franklin. This guy is like 28 years old. I'm going to play a video by him for you in a second. This is why I'm done. This is an old news, by the way, but there's a point I'm trying to bring out here, which is the gospel world ready for the world that we live in, or is just all cap? Are they prepared for the danger of this world that we live in? Are they prepared to equip people? Or it's just all fluff? The stuff they've been teaching us for 30, 40, 50 years, can it withstand the world that we live in today? Can people successfully come out of a marriage seminar and say, I can withstand marriage? Can they maintain a relationship after going through? I know there's quite a few trying to do the work, but majority, sadly, are not doing the work. They are hiding under one scripture or the other. In fact, they use it to manipulate each other. Kyrian Rashad said, "This is why I'm done. No father to their children like this. If I have any issues, it's because of this type of treatment that I deal with behind closed doors. Hanging up in my face. No apology, no compassion, no effort. Stop telling me to go home to my family. I don't even know where they live. I don't think I'll ever trust my father," that's Kirk Franklin, "to be alone around him ever again. I didn't want to do this. I probably won't release the entire recording because it's too embarrassing that I'm even dealing with this. No matter what people think, I pray my dad deals with his deep hatred towards me." Right? "I don't feel safe around him at all. This recording is recent. It is not from 2018, just to clarify. I'm going to learn from these experiences, live my life in peace, and make beautiful art." All right, so he's trying to blow. He wants to become an artist. He wants to be like his dad. He wants to be able to pay for his own bills. And these are the ways he wants to go about it, releasing a private conversation between him and his father. I'm going to play this audio for you. We're using this in fair use, of course. But let's go. They put this out there in the public by themselves. So I'm going to play it. And then I just want you to listen. And then we'll talk about it in a second.
But let me say it like this. When your bitch ass starts getting some shit that's disrespectful, you need to get your skinny motherfucking ass back. Okay? If you think I'm bringing this paper, let me say it like this. When your bitch ass starts getting...
That's Kirk Franklin's voice you're hearing. He called the son a bitch ass. Now, I 100% supporting him calling the bitch ass. Okay? He's upset. I think he should collect himself together and do, but the disrespect that can come from this kind of son, listen, you have a pass one time. Okay? But let's keep going.
You need to get your skinny motherfucking ass back out the goddamn way before I put my foot in your ass. Because I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. Shut the fuck up. I'm home.
He just told his father to shut the fuck up. It was after this audio, right, that he posted this message you're looking at on the screen. Okay, the entitlement, the tone of the entitlement and the message, right? But then he forgot to say, I just told my father to shut the fuck up. He forgot to say that when he was posting this audio, this message on the screen. He was angry.
He just hung up the phone. I'll break your neck. Is that a threat?
Y'all tell me what y'all think about.
It's not a threat. That's a father talking to a son. A father who is very upset, who is frustrated, talking to his son. Right? Now, here's the thing. I don't think he raised this son. we're talking about parenting too today, right? I don't think he was able to raise the son. I don't think he was privileged to raise the son. I think he probably have lived with them a little bit, but not on a consistent basis. And it's very dangerous. This is why we talk about the single motherhood, single fatherhood, single parenthood. It's not, if it happens out of circumstances, it is what it is. You have to do your best to make sure there's a father figure in the life of your son and your daughters. It could be an uncle, somebody that you know you can trust, that can be in their lives, right? They can talk to, feel comfortable to talk to from time to time. If you're a single father, you can't be a mother to your children. Just no, you can't. The same thing is applicable. Like, we don't hear that part. The same thing is applicable. You can't. They need to have experience with a mother figure. Because how do you think they're going to learn how to relate to women in society if you're just going to be a single father? I got this. No, that's stupid. That's just stupid. On either side. Anyway, let me play this guy's video for you, and then, and then we can. I want to hear your opinions. I want to see your opinions. Okay, I know this is religious stuff a little bit, but we're still talking about. Let me play this for you. Then I want to hear your assessment, just your natural, regular assessment of this young man after I play this video.
Mother, this is on live. You on live, you guys?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going live just so I make sure I'm protected right now. Y'all let the world know. My mama done already assaulted me. They trying to take me to some hospital. This crazy. This crazy, bro.
You always looking for attention.
No, I'm looking for protection. I'm being protected. You won't call the police right now.
No, you
won't call the police. Look. This is for my protection.
So,
ain't no cameras here. You've already assaulted me. So just this is my mother.
Yep.
She trying to take me to a hospital, but she don't have no bond, no business with me, no relationship. This is crazy.
Get off the phone.
No, call the cops.
You've
already assaulted me. Stop.
Cut that off.
No.
I told you, cut it off.
No, I'm getting my stuff. No, y'all won't call the cops. I need to be protected.
Okay, if you gonna get your stuff. And
I'm trying to. I just pulled the truck
You're
up.
just trying to make a show.
You have no business here.
Yes.
You have no.
I was called over here.
You was called over here?
I was called over here.
You was called over here.
I was called.
So the reason, it sounds like the reason why they're saying that is they don't want to implicate themselves in case the cops comes over and they have to arrest somebody. Clearly, something unhealthy is going on in that picture. That's the mother. I guess that's the baby mother to Kirk Franklin before his wife. He's been together with his wife for 27 years. So this is long before that. So this guy is at least 27 years old or more, right? That's why they're saying I was called over here. It's either they're lying because they don't want to, or they were actually called over there because this guy seems like it's not stable. Let's keep going.
What are you?
Don't say nothing else.
Why not? Keep talking.
No, I was called over here.
Tell the world I need help.
You need help.
Where we going?
Yes, he do. You need help.
Did you pray for me?
Yeah, we prayed.
Trying to grab my phone.
Carry on.
Stop assaulting me.
This is a 28 or 29 years old man addressing other auntie or grandmother, right? Based on what he's saying, I guess I'm supposed to be like, oh yeah, y'all should leave, right? Y'all should leave. You're not welcome over here, right? But you have to learn how to read between the lines. This guy is not stable. It's not stable, right? In fact, based on what he's saying, they're trying to get him help. Now, I wouldn't try to get a grown man help this way. There are professional ways to do this, right? But let's be clear. A 27-year-old man is a fucking grown man. That's a man. That's not a child. So I understand why his name is tagged on to Kirk Franklin. But on your own, you're a grown man. Once you're 18 and above, the reality is that you don't get that kind of grace anymore, especially as a man. Oh no, we're not gonna blame this on gospel either. No, that's nothing. It's irrelevant. But the other thing is that this is the reality of the world we live in, and it seems like the gospel world can be in this bubble sometimes, and they don't want to face the reality. It's like any other religion or ideology. It's like the manosphere. It's like the feministic movement. It's like any of the stuff that people obsessively tag on to when they don't want to work on themselves.
Cut it out.
Stop assaulting me.
Cut it out.
No.
Cut it
I want my
out.
money back.
Cut it out.
Then give me my money back.
You're not getting nothing back.
So then please peacefully let me get my things so I can leave the premises in peace.
Call your papa. Tell him to come over here and get you.
He's not coming. I'm a grown man. This my y'all supposed to be family. Y'all have no faith.
Whoa. Did you just throw in the feminine? You're supposed to be feminine? Let me see. Let me push that back a little bit.
In peace.
Call your papa. Tell him to come over here and get you.
He's not coming. I'm a grown man. This my y'all supposed to be family. Y'all have no faith.
Oh, y'all supposed to be family. Okay, all right. I thought all right. I have to take it. Family.
Y'all have no faith. It's ridiculous, bro. Put her hands on me. It's crazy. Assault me and want to tell me I need to go to the hospital, bro. It's crazy, bro. I should not be represented like this. This is crazy, bro. I'm busy. I'm on live right now for my protection. I get it. That's it, bro. I got 2 computers. Oh my gosh. This shit about to die, man. In Jesus' name, I pray for my protection. I pray that I remain in my purpose. In Jesus' name, I pray that I do not get out of character. I pray that people stop playing with my paper and stop testing my power and just let me be creative. I pray in Jesus' name.
All right, so they're always very quick to call the name of Jesus. Can you imagine if thunder starts striking people as they call the name of Jesus to bullshit? Imagine if thunder would just start striking everybody that know they were full of it, but they decide to call the name of Jesus, right? Can you imagine, right?
That this revolution goes well, no lives are lost, and that the only punishment that is received for the crimes done against me are capital. That's all I pray. Amen. I don't want nobody to go to jail, but the consequences, they must cost at this point. I'm under a lot of stress right now, but I don't feel the need to call the police. I am the judge and the jury right now in my court of the law on my property. And unless you can find anybody you can find to judge me right now. If it is not by way of a straitjacket, I'm not going to no mental hospital today. Not today. I'm not escorting myself with my peace.
Like I said, it looks like they were trying to help him. He ended up on a show on one of this ratchet ass network TV thing. He ended up on a show, and he ended up saying that he's bisexual. He told the whole world that he's also bisexual. I'm not sure how true that is. I'm not sure if a normal person will call themselves bisexual unless they are bisexual, or at least something like that, you know. But he went on that show to do it, right? This is knowing clearly the legacy of the father, right? He obviously wanted to drag his father through the mud. That's why he released that audio at the lowest that the public has ever seen Kirk Franklin. This is a guy who has done very well for himself, right? But some son think he can drag him. Like, listen, I tell my children, listen, I'm doing my best. I'm going to continue to improve myself as a parent to give you the best. But at the end of the day, Oyo, Every man, every human being, we came to this world all differently. Sadly, people's name will tarnish each other and we touch each other. And if they say, hey, whose family did that person come from? They can point and they can be a little messy. But everything gets old. As I always say, people get old and go to places beyond. So if you think you're gonna mess somebody, Yoruba people say, "Ọmọ yìí, tó bá sọ pé ọmọ yìí, tó bá sọ pé ọmọ yìí má pa mí, má pa mí." After a while, sọ pé ọmọ yìí má para ẹ. That means if you say, "This child, don't kill me. This child, don't kill me," eventually you're gonna start saying, "This child, don't kill yourself." Not especially a grown-ass man, right? But like you ladies, gentlemen of procedure saying in the group, it sounds like he needs help. It does look to me like he needs help. It looks like he's rejecting help.
In my place of being, nobody is about to put your hands on the police. Don't touch me. Nobody. And anybody that say they about what I'm about, they say they about their paper, their purpose, they in their passion. I have a legal LLC, a company in my name. I can be as creative as I want to be in all legal industries for capital. And nobody can call me crazy, call me mentally ill for how I choose to be creative. I am in position, preparing to be a millionaire. But right now, I have to prepare it with my military.
He's talking about being a millionaire. Are you seeing where this guy's value lies right now? Even if you're sick, right? He was well enough to sign papers with, I think it's called Zeus Network, to start doing the bad boy or bad girl show on there, acting the fool, drinking, and just going wild. It's like a fake version of Hollywood, right? Yeah, they put all those young kids and young girls in a house and they start mentoring them in the wrong direction, right? This whole thing, the reality TV shows, right? Started with, I think it started, not really, but they were one of the earlier ones, right? On MTV. What's the name of MTV? Jersey Shores, right? A lot of those kids on Jersey Shores struggled with drugs. Not a lot of them, but a few of them. Let me just say, right? Struggle with drugs because they get hit with money too early. They get hit with certain types of lifestyle too early, where their brain is too young to handle this kind of stuff, right? So now you have overgrown adolescents at the age of 28, 29, 35, 45, who really, really, for real, forget to grow up, right? So this kid has ended up on one of those shows right now, and too much money too much early is something that is also a big deal when it comes to parenting. You have children that want to play basketball, they want to play sports. You want to be careful with that. You want to make sure that you have that there are rules for that type of reality. There are rules that are not your normal rules. It's not parenting as usual. Just go and look at child stars, right? But back to this kid right here. If you're not privileged to raise your child because of circumstances, you need a lot more patience than you would typically need, okay, to deal with this type of person. Okay? You really need to watch out for a moment like the one I played earlier with Kirk Franklin going off on the phone, cursing at the top of his lungs. That's not pretending. He curses at home, and that's okay. It's a human being, okay? But at least he did a great job for the past 30 years not coming to the public like that. He maintained a certain level of conduct. He lost his cool. He became frustrated because of his son, right? But the truth is that your loved ones can drag you into that kind of mess. You need to be aware of that. If you have a child that's being raised by another parent, they're going to test your patience. You need a lot more patience than normal. And when they test your patience, you're also responsible. You're not gonna get to give the excuse that, oh, I wasn't the one that raised. No, you're gonna get dragged to the mud too, especially if you lost your cool like that. Yes, you will end up making a choice like the one that Kirk Franklin with his full chest made, being on a phone, getting recorded by his own son. Yeah, he didn't know it was gonna be public, but it's always a blind spot too, right? It always comes from a blind spot, this kind of stuff. But prepare yourself that you're going to need a lot more patience. So not only did he need the patience to avoid that kind of conduct, but even after he is just human like the rest of us, and he found himself in that situation, he needed a certain level of patience to be able to handle it, or the backlash from the public after that. He got judged by the public. Like, oh my God, a man of God curses. Like, shut your ass up. Everyone curses. Not everyone, but you know what I mean. Like anyone in any society, in any community can curse. It has nothing to do with your faith, at least the authenticity of it in the grand scheme of things. But of course, our judgmental, the same reason why Jesus said, don't judge. Because they know you're a judge by default. You will judge, you prejudge, you have prejudice, you prejudge people based off of how they walk, even before you get to listen to them. Just when they enter the room, they look a certain way. You already start to judge them. It's normal behavior. The point is that you should be aware of it and avoid doing so as much as you can, right? So this boy right here, he's going to face his own consequences for being a grown ass, overgrown adolescent, a whole man on his own. He doesn't get to give the excuse that I wasn't raised by my father. You don't get to give that excuse. You can try to give the excuse, and guess what? You can try. You try your best to give the excuse, right?
Oh, you're right.
You're right. But the consequences are undefeatable. Just like your father lost his cool and he has to deal with the consequences a little bit. But you know what? He has so much good work that he gets grace fast. He gets more than enough grace fast enough. In a few days, everybody will forget. They move on to another news, right? Everybody will forget, right? But you still have to deal with your own crap, right? A lot of people are walking around town talking about, I'm 27, 28 years. I'm like, you're a grown ass man. Who do you mean you're 20? You're only 27? That's not only. You're a grown man. The moment you hit 18, every choice you made has consequences that will haunt you. But if you do more good work like his father did, then you can also be able to boast of a little grace. People will give you grace because people don't forget how you make them feel. If you're a musician, that's why musicians get away with a lot, because of the way they make the world feel. It's value. It's millions of neurons of value they bring it to people. That's why they get paid. That's why they get a lot of grace. The society gives them grace, right? No, I have my LLC. Like, he's the only one that started an LLC. He wants to become a millionaire. Make your first $1 first now before you're talking about being a millionaire, right? So it's sad to watch, but it's a lot of lessons there. He has his life ahead of him. He can change it like that. All it takes is a decision. That's all it takes. He can change it just like that. All it takes is just one decision, right? What is the decision? One day at a time. I'm going to make sure I'm a better person than what I was yesterday, one day at a time. I'm going to approach some people. I'm going to get a mentor. I'm going to have a coach. It doesn't have to be a real life coach. It could be a virtual coach. It could be because I'm reading their books. I'm going to take the time to understand how the world works. That's principle that guides the way this world works. Right? It has nothing to do with your righteousness, Idoti, in the eyes of God. There are principles that guide how this world works, right? As it stands today, men, we are the leader of the society. So yes, you'll be held to much more higher levels of accountability. By default, by emotions, by any way you want to think about it. It's a default, okay? It's just the way it's going to be, right? Yeah, that's what we are. Ladies, You're raising sons. You're responsible too. You're raising sons. At the minimum, you're raising sons. At the minimum, you're having sex with men, right? At the minimum, you're engaged in a romantic relationship with men. You are responsible, of course. Of course, if you're listening to me, you are. You have to hold yourself responsible and accountable to create a better society. How do you create a better society? Charity begins at home. I think D Love or somebody said that earlier. Charity begins at home. Yeah. So yes, that's what I have today, right? At the end of the day, or you and everybody, but we're in a society, we're social beings. We are responsible for each other as well, you know. So please keep me in context with all of that stuff. Keep me in context, okay? With that being said, we'll be back here tomorrow again. We're going to have a good time, okay, as usual. I'm sure something will happen tomorrow that we can extract some lessons out of. Today is about parenting, okay? Parenting. That's really the main lesson from today, okay? There are things you can do even when circumstances or life has presented a not so ideal situation. Just ask. Just ask. Parenting requires patience. That's the lesson of the day. Requires patience. And if you have a child that's being raised by another parent and you guys are not together, you will require a lot more patience. Your patience will be tested. Okay? And unfortunately, you don't have the agency to say, you're my son, you get to do this. You're gonna have your child tell you, shut the fuck up. What are you gonna do? Get upset? You can get upset, sure, but that's not gonna help you. That's only gonna move you a little bit backwards. And it's okay to be human, but understand that you have to approach things with patience, and with time they become a man or woman of their own stature as well, and then they will hopefully figure it out. But your patience can help a lot with that. Anything outside of patience, or you want to do aggressive, it's not going to work because they are a whole human being on their own now, right? And release yourself. I'm here for you, but you're a whole human being on your own. You get to make decisions and deal with the consequences of those decisions, right? Anyway, hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I'll definitely see you on the next one. All right. Thank you so much for everyone. Thank you for the super chats. Thanks to my brother, Fawcett Media and J Bones. Thank you for everyone who commented. Thank you to everybody that had something to say. Your opinions matter. Thank you to my brother Eliza who came up. Thank you, brother Patrick. I saw you in the comment earlier. Thank you, D Love. Thank you, D'Souza. Thank you, Shinye. I will see you guys on tomorrow.